Hi guys, I hope you're doing all right. I have a quiet-ish moment, although Freya's starting to move around a bit now, so if I start walking around, it's just going to try to keep her settled. Had a quiet-ish moment there. Finley's playing out in the garden and Freya's asleep, so I thought I'd hop on. I just wanted to talk about how we can differentiate our free content with our paid content. So this has come up a few times. I think Louise asked it in the group, and I've had it asked a few times lately. So I thought it'd make a good topic to talk about in a quick live video. So when we're talking about, I think the reason why this has been coming up a lot is because a lot of people are starting to think about creating like an online, some kind of digital product, whether that's like an online course, a membership, or something like that, where you are giving away content, not just necessarily like coaching services, one-to-one coaching services, but where you're giving away content as part of, or as the sole basis of a paid product or program. So I think that's where some of the questions have been coming up from, but also because we're seeing a lot of people give away a lot of stuff for free at the moment. I've talked about this a few times in different lives and trainings that I've done, because I think people, given the situation that we're in, I think, we want to help other people. And for a lot of us, giving stuff away for free feels good. But for some people, that's not, it doesn't, well, what I mean to say is, it doesn't mean that you have to give everything away for free. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. So first thing to kind of think about when I'm talking about like the content that we might want to give away for free, we're really talking about anything that's kind of part of our marketing. So that might be, a video that we do, a bit like what I'm doing now, a video that we're doing. It could be pre-recorded or live. It could be a social media post and the caption that you put on that, like on Instagram or on Facebook or wherever. It could be a podcast that you record. It could be a blog post that you write. Anything like that, anything that's really designed for marketing purposes, that is designed to be helpful, educational, inspiring to your ideal clients. Really we're talking about the really helpful stuff for this. Also it can be things like PDF guides, or audio recordings or anything like that. So I think where we often see this is when we give away, like a free PDF guide or something like that, which is designed to help encourage people to join our list. So those are kind of examples of where we might be giving stuff away for free as part of our marketing. And like I say, I think most of us will do that, but none of us have to necessarily give massive like realms of information away for free. And I think there's a good reason why we shouldn't have to do that, which I'll cover in a second. So those are some of the places where we might be giving stuff away. And then obviously the paid kind of side of things might be the content that we have inside a membership program, the content that we have for our clients, the way that we work with our clients. It might be, trying to think of other examples. Have you? 2 seconds, guys. I've got a feeling you found a fossil in the garden. Well, Mammy's just on the phone at the minute, so I'll catch you in a sec. He's found a fossil in the garden. Bless him. So it could be all kinds of different things like that. I just saw seeing that there's a bee in the conservatory as well, so I'm going to shut the door so it doesn't get in the house, because I've already had to evacuate a couple of bees. So hopefully I'm still going to have some signal out here. So those are the kind of things that we're thinking of basically when we're thinking about the free stuff and the paid stuff. And I think there's some of the good ways to think about this, and this is kind of where I've looked at stuff before, is the free stuff. So if you think about it, like free might be generalised advice, and paid might be personalised advice. Free might be, for example, like inspirational stuff, and paid might be accountability. This is where Freya ends up waking up, isn't it? Typically when I'm doing this. This is the multitasking mum thing, unfortunately. But hey ho. What else was I going to say? So that could be something like that. It could be that even sometimes people will happily pay for stuff that is done, that is step by step. So taking stuff and making it step by step, or taking like a lot of information and curating that information, that can be paid compared to giving, where there's just a vast reams of stuff that's for free. We can have situations where, let's say, trying to think of another example. Let's have a little think. I'm going to have a little walk around because she's getting a bit antsy now. And go in here. Hopefully that'll calm her down. It's probably a bit bright for her in there. It could be things like support up to a certain point. So actually this is probably the most common one, is where we offer people the free stuff is like support up to a certain point in the journey of transformation, and then the paid is taking them the rest of the journey. Also kind of similar to that is where people might get like a taste of something, so you might give them a little taste, a little snippet, and then the paid thing is like the full fee. So those are some examples just of how you might want to differentiate it. And I always think, there's no harm. I mean, I always say this with like a bit of a disclaimer. There's no harm in looking at how other people and how their businesses, how they differentiate between what's free and what's paid. And what you tend to find is that, people aren't giving away like crap content for free. Often people will give away some of their best stuff for free. And that makes a lot of sense because, if people see that and think, wow, this stuff's for free and it's amazing, and then think, well, wow, what's the paid stuff going to be? How much value we're going to get out of the paid stuff? So don't hold yourself back, but at the same time, I think it's about having that balance between, yes, it's great to have free stuff, but you still want to have some stuff paid. And I think it's just thinking about, where people are in their journeys. And it also kind of comes down to ideal clients. Some, there's going to be a version of your client who is going to be completely served by some of your free stuff, but then there's going to be some of your ideal clients who really need the paid stuff to take them further. And it's also kind of just, thinking about where people lie in terms of where on their journeys and that transformation. Because ultimately, I think most of us, certainly in coaching businesses, what we're doing is getting them to a point of transformation. And it's just kind of thinking about how your content and resources might be helping them do that. I hope I'm making everyone seasick by me rocking the baby and settling her. So there's things like that. So just to give you some examples, my lovely friend Jo is a yoga teacher, and before all this kicked off, she started to move some of her business online in the form of a online community. Very well timed for her because she started doing this kind of early on. Now, I'm sure most of you guys will be aware there's a lot of free yoga content out there on YouTube. Yoga with Adrienne's massive, all stuff for free. And I think sometimes, certainly I think Jo was a bit like, oh God, like people are giving away so much for free, and I'm trying to, ask people to pay to be part of a membership. But people have joined her membership in massive numbers, and I think one of the reasons for that and why people are happy to pay is when they get like a curated selection of stuff, because yes, we can probably find answers to all of our questions online, but there's a time factor in terms of going off there and going through all this free stuff and trying to find the answer, whereas there's a value in having that laid out for you. And this is where I think step by step and curated content actually can make a lot of sense for a lot of people. I've recently joined, I'm a member of Jo's yoga community, but I've recently joined Bar 3 online. And again, I could probably find similar workouts online for free. However, the reason I've bought Bar 3 is because it's laid out. I know that they've got options for like postnatal women, which is what I am. It's all laid out and it makes loads of sense. And I also really like their brand, which is another part of why people pay. I'm just closing this door so the bee can't get in because I cannot deal with trying to get rid of another bee in the house this week. I cannot. So another part of it is people will pay to have part of your energy in your brand, in your personality. I mean, that's a big reason why I joined Jo's yoga community, because I love the way that Jo teaches, and she creates a really lovely community around her work as well. And the reason that I bought into Bar 3 is because I adore their brand, their messaging, the way that they make me feel. It's not like, for me personally, it's there's no body shaming in how they approach things. I really enjoy the workout, so it's all that kind of stuff, and that's the reason why I pay. So you can think about that for your own business as well. People, certainly this is why I'm so passionate about branding. I think why branding's really, really important. Is because that really does help people want to make that step towards paying for something. As opposed to just having something for free, because they want to buy into your brand really, and there's a value in that too. So just to kind of quickly recap, so we've talked about, the different kinds of forms of content you might have. So from free, it might be from, the live videos, pre-recorded videos, blog posts, social media posts, podcasts, audios, free PDFs, might be free, up to stuff that might be paid, content that you create inside a membership, obviously your one-to-one services, online courses, programs, ebooks, all that kind of stuff. So, we've got the full spectrum. And like I say, easy ways to think of it. So free might be generalised advice, Paid might be personalised advice. Free might be a taster or a snippet, and paid might be the full whack. Free might be taking people to a certain point in the journey. Paid might be taking them the full, like a fuller part of the transformation. Free might be inspiration, and paid might be accountability. Free might also be the why. So giving people, why this is a good idea, why this is appropriate, or why to think about this. And the paid is the how, and actually teaching them how to do that. You often see that in webinars. So people do a free webinar. What you'll often see that they do is they talk quite a lot. And they might give a few how-to things, but they'll often talk about the why this is important, why you should do it, why to think about it this way, blah, 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 blah. But the how, the breakdown in the how, is all covered within the paid program or whatever it is that they're selling. So those are a few different ways to think about it. And like I said, I give the example of my friend Jo, because I think even if you feel like, there's loads of free content out there around a certain topic already, there's still lots of reasons why people might want to pay to have that in a different form, because it might be step by step, it might be curated, they might just want to be part of, have your energy and really, get involved in that energy. So there's lots of different ways that people might kind of want to get involved in that. And through paying to be part of a programme. So hopefully that's giving you some ideas in terms of how to differentiate between your free content and your paid content. And like I said, just to go back, there's no rule that says you have to give masses and masses of value for free. In fact, I think that's a bit counterintuitive, giving away loads and loads and loads and loads of content. But what you should be doing is giving away your best stuff, and perhaps thinking strategically about it. Like, for example, in my business, I try to give value as much as I can in everything that I do, but then I think probably what I keep for paid stuff is the how-to stuff, more like the step-by-step. So, for example, my Create Your Coaching Biz course, that is a very specific step-by-step curated guide to creating your own brand and your own website from scratch, including looking at your niching and things like that, and creating an email list. It takes you through the whole thing, and it shows you exactly how to do it. Whereas I might write a blog post with some tips on things that you can include in your website. So that's taking you to a certain point in your journey of a certain, or it's been helpful, but it's not taking people the full way. Another example might be I have a free Ultimate Self-Care Kit, which is like a PDF, which kind of has some journaling questions in that, and that gets people to a certain point. It's a really fun little guide. You're going to get some value out of it. You're going to think about things. But then kind of like the next step from that, I've got a paid ebook, kind of like almost like a mini program really, and that has much more information. So it kind of takes people a little bit further. It has like a home retreat guide with like recipes and things in, and a much fuller kind of range of stuff. So there's different ways that you can kind of think about how you might want to differentiate things, but hopefully that's given you some ideas to think about. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Have you got any examples that you can give from your business where you've kind of differentiated paid and free and paid offers and free and paid content, and think about things like that. Another example, just quickly, it's just come in my head actually, is about one-to-one calls. What we'll often do as coaches is we offer a free one-to-one kind of discovery call, although I would never necessarily call it a discovery call. If you did my Superstar strategy, you'll know why. But we often give away a free call, and this can be helpful in thinking about, well, what might I cover in that free call, and then what might be covered further in the coaching actual package as well. So it's, you can think about things in terms of that as well. So hopefully that's given you lots to think about. Like I said, do let me know in the comments. I'd really like to know what, sorry, I thought there was something crawling on my foot there. This is all this outdoor life that we're having at the moment, certainly up here anyway, up the garden. I feel like I'm just covered in creepy crawlies all the time and bloody bees in the house and everything. So let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, and some examples from your business, or if you've got any questions, if you're not sure, what this might look like in your business, let me know, and I will be very, very happy to help. So hopefully that's given you some things to think about. I hope you're all well. I hope everyone's, managing okay with the situation. Like I say, I am, embracing the kind of multitasking, being running a business while looking after two kids. This is the reality of it, is swaying while you've got your daughter in the sling. But yes, we're managing okay, so I hope you guys are as well, and just sending lots of love to you wherever you are. But hopefully that's given you some things to think about. Oh, and another thing, which I should mention, is my Show Up and Serve programme, which is my very affordable 6-month community programme to help you and your business thrive over the next 6 months, so from May to October. That'll be closing on the 30th of April, 31st. I don't know the date, whether it's the 30th or 31st, but the very end of April it'll be closing. We're about half full now, so we've still got plenty of places left, but what I usually find is that the closer we get to something closing, the more people will get in. So if you think that it might be great for you, give it, have a look. There's such a lovely group of women in there. I had a call a week ago last Tuesday. We've got another call on Saturday. So if you join soon, you'll be able to come at that call. We've got such a lovely, lovely group of women in there. If you head to my homepage, wholeheartedlylaura.com, you'll see a link to Show Up and Serve straight on the homepage where you can find out more about it. But it's a really great programme. It's designed not to overwhelm you with stuff, and to really that a part of the focus is about work and getting stuff done in less time, because that's where I am. And that's where I'm kind of building my business on, less than 7 hours a week at the moment. So there's going to be a bit of a focus on that, but really it's about giving you whatever you need and the support that you need and the accountability and the resources that you need to show up in your business, to serve people over the next 6 months in the situation that we're in. So if you want to check that out, like I say, head over to my homepage, wholeheartedlylaura.com, and have a look at that as well. So have a good day, guys. I hope to see you again very, very soon. And do let me know in the comments what your thoughts are or any questions. See you later.